I want you to grasp the importance of timings. It's like trying to figure out your way without a map. You might not even realize where you are in your aim journey. See, most of us aren't struggling because of some tiny detail or because we're practicing the wrong scenarios. It's because our approach lacks structure, allowing plateaus to sneak up on us. The way we build structure is by playing scenarios that will assist the next aim field. You can learn more about this in my FAQ. Imagine this: instead of randomly hopping between playlists or scenarios with the word Valorant slapped onto them, what if we took a step back and analyzed what is actually effective for us? That lack of structure is what landed us in this stalemate in the first place. Do you like this sort of video? Consider subscribing and joining our Discord for professional and result-based aim coaching. Now, let's break down what we mean by timings. Let's scroll through the FAQ and find out the definition. The easiest example I can give you is not to do very hard tracking as a beginner. That does not mean hard tracking is ineffective, but your timings are wrong. I want you to think of aim training in two parts. There are long strafes, which are more manageable, and there are fast strafes, which are a lot harder. The problem is, many of us never started off doing long strafes. We simply dove straight into the deep end without giving our timings any thought. More importantly, we would mix and match techniques, scenarios, and difficulties like we're a kid at a candy store. That's not how progress works. The key to a successful workout regimen is structure and patience. Start with the basics. Take your time and gradually challenge yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself with the lack of structure and not knowing where to attack. That's why my FAR routines, or VDM, are so effective. They provide a plan for you to follow, while most of you guys just play whatever you feel like or are told to, regardless of your actual skill level. This sort of structure is we want to follow for ourselves alongside with our own personal issues. Let me give you another example. When I started hitting the gym, I started lifting heavy weights and just pushing the weight. And hey, it worked until it didn't. Instead of stubbornly sticking to the same approach, which is what many of you are doing right now, I adjusted. I focused on lighter weights and the mind-muscle connection. The lesson here: both heavy and light weights have their place, but only when they're used at the right time. Most of you guys are too hard set on the heavy weights because that worked for you at one point in time. But remember, I adjusted my techniques and saw results, while most of you guys are not willing to adjust. Similarly, in aim training, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. You gotta find out what works for you and when to apply it. And the only way you do this is through structure. Take a step back, identify your flaws, and create a plan to address them systematically. That word is key. Start by analyzing what has worked for you in the past and what hasn't. Keep track of your progress. Maybe one week you focus on long strafes and notice improvement. The next week you tackle fast strafes but find them challenging. That's why we dial back and refocus on long strafes, except this time we add 2 or 3 harder scenarios into the mix. From today onward, I want you to craft a tailored plan to your weaknesses. Start with the easy stuff and work your way up. Now, let's talk about self-awareness. Be honest with yourselves and about your skill level. Don't fall into the trap of overestimating your abilities. Remain patient and give yourself time. Don't rush the basics, but don't shy away from challenging scenarios either. That's where the growth happens. Now, let's say you're seeing results from harder scenarios. Then start throwing in a couple easy ones to keep yourselves grounded. See, both are good, just in the right amount and in the right time. Now, I would like to briefly address the people who have good aim. If you put plenty of time into aim trainers, you have decent fundamentals and already a structured approach, what you might be lacking is chaos. What I mean by this is scenarios that actually encourage randomness, scenarios that actually punish you for missing and push your focus. See, chances are your inability to push yourself is sometimes what is holding you back. I'll leave a brand new and relevant playlist in the description. It's very unique and I recommend people who already have solid skill to try this out. The bottom line: aim training is about structure and balance. So slap yourself in the face and start identifying your weaknesses instead of fooling around playing whatever. Trust the process and you will see results.